My name is Shachar Peled. This is the third video in the on the topic of the shape of evolution. Actually, it's the fourth, sorry. And we are going to speak about the organic unity of creation. We see that everything is connected physically. We're not talking spiritually at all at the moment, although of course you can see the implications that it's all one. But physically, everything is connected because everything starts from the Big Bang, and all these elements are being formed throughout the history of the cosmos. And all the elements are on Earth, and all the elements that go into the creation of life are the same elements that are being created throughout evolution. So even before the evolution of life. So everything is connected because it's the same materials and the same trend, the same direction, the arrow of time. It goes from the Big Bang to who knows, somewhere at the end of time, and all of it is connected through its both substance and its orientation, its direction. Rabbi Cook writes that the more the world becomes perfect, so all its aspects become more organized, more organic into a single form, and you can see now the direction of where it's all going. We see that organic unity is something that transcends the diversity of the species, because even though there are different species, they keep merging and blending and diverging and then becoming extinct, but other forms spread out, and it's all very dynamic, but it's all one. It's all the same molecules and atoms, and it's life slowly developing into various niches, into various aspects. So it's all actually united. It's all one unity, organic unity of life in the cosmos, which is actually not just life, but all of the cosmos. It's the molecules, the elements, they appear and they become involved in ever more complex forms and ever more spiritual forms, because there is more consciousness is dawning. So, in fact, the organic perception becomes the de facto measure of all biology, because now when we have the genome and we have great data banks that have all the genes of many species grouped together in one screen in the internet, and you can just compare, like say, the genome of a mouse with a human being, with a rhesus, with the mustard seed, with plants, and there's similarities. There are parts of the genome which are identical and some that are different, and you can measure the differences. Then you can see that all is one, that we are united with nature, and there is it's just different forms taking different shapes. And so you can see the unity of everything in almost everything that science now discovers about reality. So the very essence of the universe is its organic unity. It's one cosmos. It's one thing, one being, one creation that is all connected. Now, throughout the history of evolution, you can see two traits that go together. It's differentiation and unification. These two trends appear, it's like a sub-trend in the great trend of evolution that is slowly becoming more and more perfect, the world that is developing to a higher and higher level. The stages are manifest. They have the form of unification and differentiation. How does it go? Let's see. For example, within the suns, various elements were created, atoms, discrete elements, but none of these elements could remain discrete. They must combine and recombine into molecules. So discrete elements, that's differentiation, but coming into molecules, that's unification. And now the way the atoms are structured is so that they cannot but form molecules, because only molecules are stable. So you have all kinds of combinations that are looking, the elements have been differentiated, and they have this great power that is pushing them to be unified. This can remind us later when we see when life comes about, then this is what happens when sex is invented. The two genders, they are looking, there's a power drawing them together, just as there is a power drawing the atoms to become molecules. So the molecules are the power of unification, and there is the ability to create endless combinations. So every differentiation causes like an energetic potential to become united again. So also there is differentiation from the environment. What is the first quality, the first characteristic of life on Earth? It's the membrane. The membrane that differentiated the original prokaryote, the original single cell organism that ruled the earth for 1 billion years. There were no others. So the prokaryotes, they were the original unicellular organism. The only thing that was distinct, the most distinct thing about them, the first living forms, is that they had a membrane that separated them from their environment. They were individuals. They were distinct. And then at the next stage, when the eukaryotes came about, that is the organisms with the DNA inside them in a separate package. So the DNA is now in a nucleus, and the nucleus is also bounded by a membrane. So this differentiation from in to out, from the inside to the outside, this creates like a new entity, a different zone that is differentiated from its environment. The membranes come first. They distinguish between inside and outside. So this membrane always creates new possibilities. This differentiation creates new possibilities, because once, like the eukaryotes appeared, the single cellular creatures that have a nucleus, inside the nucleus there were new forms of organization possible, which created the opportunities to create new kinds of function, new kinds of organisms. So actually, if we look at it now, we see that almost half the time since the Earth was formed passes, almost more than 2 billion years, until the first eukaryotes, which we are in fact eukaryotes in the sense that all our cells have nuclei. So we are multicellular, while most eukaryotes are single cell organisms. But it is these single cell organisms, this form of a double membrane, that is the form of all our bodily cells. So this is the beginning, or the step that was preceding the formation of multicellular life. So that took about 2 billion years. So this is this differentiation between inside and outside, this distinguishing one part of reality from another. It's a crucial step in the formation of multicellular life, of us and all of us. All of multicellular creatures on Earth, all life, is made of eukaryotic cells. So we see that new differentiations create new levels of development. And since everything is made from identical materials, everything is made from the same atoms, then the act of differentiation, this process, and we will see differentiation at different levels, but it is this process of differentiation which in fact assists or creates evolution, because this enables uniqueness to flourish, this differentiation, this distinction of the I from a background, from the object from its background. So the object then becomes a subject. And the next differentiation after the eukaryotic cells is between whole groups of cells that have different functions. Multicellular. A multicellular organism also is differentiated by a skin, an envelope. And within the multicellular creature, there are also organs that are differentiated by specific function. And this differentiation, it enables a multicellular organism to function as one organic whole differentiated into various organs. But they are all operating together in one organism, which is differentiated from its environment. So all these differentiations, they create the ability to distinguish later between the subject and the object, between the I and the not I, between what is me and what is not me. And what is not me, then life on earth is about eating other creatures. So this is not me. Should I eat it? Or maybe it's like me and maybe we should procreate. So is it like me and we should protect each other, feed each other, or is it not like me and we should eat it or flee from it before it eats us? So the me and not me, this differentiation, has also become a very strong basis of reality.